and happy Wednesday. This is obviously your favorite day of the week because it is the day that the Hot Seat with Priscilla is on. I am your host, Priscilla Moy, and I'm always glad to be here in studio, meeting amazing people of Las Vegas, and most importantly, bringing them to all my viewers here in Las Vegas and beyond. So today we have an amazing and more intimate show. We only have two guests today, but it's amazing because both of these people don't have much in common of what they're doing. So we kind of get both different sides of Las Vegas, coming from the performance side and then also the business side. Two very big things that Las Vegas is very known for. We're a city of entertainment, but we're also a city of a lot of dreamers and entrepreneurs. So I cannot wait for you guys to meet them. And of course, I'm just going to give a little shout out to last week to Kevin Lapine, the hypnotist that I had on the show that took over the show for me in the second half and also did a little demonstration of his show here in studio with two amazing volunteers. I saw his show last night with the production team, and it was actually amazing. And I wish I had seen it prior to doing his interview, but now after meeting him, and watching him on stage, I was just so proud to support him as a fellow Las Vegas local. So make sure that when you come back from the break, you got all your tea, your coffee, your drinks, whatever you're ready to do, and just sit down and watch these amazing interviews that I have coming up. After the break, we have our first guest, and he is a man of the hour. He is out here in Las Vegas being an entrepreneur in PR, marketing, communications, working with a lot of nonprofits and other organizations that support Black-owned businesses, along with all other businesses in Las Vegas that he can fully support and be there for the locals, for the people, and help support as much as he can. So make sure to tune in, and after the break, we are going to meet our first guest. See you then.
I can already feel you judging me, and not for what I've done in the past, but for what I'm about to do. I had what mattered, and I got careless. I don't deserve more. I don't deserve sympathy. I don't deserve to be here.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?
Jenna! What is the matter with you?
Someone once told me, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's shot of whiskey.
Excuse me, ma'am. My car ran out of gas and I left my wallet at home. Could you please spare a couple dollars so I can refuel my vehicle?
I literally have nothing.
What's it gonna take to get you to join the program?
Shit about the dog! If Jesus wanted you to have a dog, he would have blessed you with a bowl and a leash now, wouldn't he?
Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for staying after the break. I'm so excited for you to meet our first guest. Like I said, he is here in the business section of Las Vegas. He's helping a lot of nonprofits around the area, along with a lot of other local businesses that could use the help of PR, because nowadays we have so many resources to promote and really bring awareness to a lot of locals and great people in our city. So everyone, please welcome Guy Dawson. Hi, thank you so much for being on my show. Please take a seat. Welcome to the Hot Seat.
Thank you so much for inviting me to the Hot Seat.
Of course, this is amazing. This is our first time meeting. Now, I did a little research on you prior to coming to the show because, you and I have never met before. And so you are a very educated man. You have a lot of education from California. Is that where you're originally from?
I am. I'm from Long Beach, California.
Oh, nice. So tell us a little bit about the journey of California to Las Vegas. Now, you've always been in business, and how did you see Las Vegas as the place where you wanted to reside?
Wow, have I always been in business? I started my first business when I was 11 years old. And I got the entrepreneurial bug at a young age. I started cutting lawns and washing cars, and it was a great thing to be 11 years old and to have money in your pocket. And I learned a lot about team building, how to run a business at a very young age. So throughout my life, I've always been involved in some type of entrepreneurial experience. I mean, I've had regular jobs, but I've always had this desire to create income for myself and to help others as well. I moved to Vegas in 1996, and actually when I first came out here, I was in construction because the city was just booming, and I was out of college a couple of years, and there was a lot of opportunities out here in that particular industry. So I worked in construction for many years, and then I got into entertainment I became a stagehand, so I started to learn behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, but there was always some business going on in the background. And yes, like you had mentioned before, Vegas is definitely a city of opportunity. And I could see that when I moved out here, and so yeah, I've been here 27 years.
Wow,
27 years almost I've lived in Las Vegas.
So you've watched Las Vegas just kind of grow and be in two different complete areas of what Vegas is. Like you see, like Vegas is very drastic. Like it goes from all these different stages and it always has these like milestones in its building, right? Like back it's like the Elvis days to like the Mint, and like you're seeing all these hotels being rebuilt and the focus on different things in this city, right? And at the end of the day, it's all about business, right? And I feel like that's very perfect. Like it brings a lot of people in. People find Las Vegas as a city that's very, you can capitalize on it a lot. And then they reside here, they retire here, and they open businesses. So when did you really decide that you wanted to get into the marketing aspect?
So I started really focusing in specifically on marketing and PR around 2007, 2008.
Okay.
And what happened was I did a lot of personal development through the mid-2000s. Went to a lot of seminars and courses and just figured out what I wanted to be when I grew up. Like I had mentioned to you, I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and I've started businesses. I've made money in business, lost money in business like most of us. But I had never really found the thing that was my calling. And through a lot of personal development, I really discovered what was my purpose and what I was truly meant to do in business. And that's what led to me starting the PR and marketing company in 2008. I finally resonated my skill set and what I feel I'm really designed to bring in terms of success for people in business is the public relations and marketing. And so I've been in business for 15 years, and I've never thought about giving it up because it's what I do. It's what I'm all about, and I've had the opportunity to work with some amazing people and companies here in Vegas and around the world over the last 15 years.
Yeah, and that's great. I know you're all about professionalism. That's something that your business is marketing on. That's like kind of like your tagline is like you're built on professionalism. You're built on doing things and having a great reputation. And I know you started pretty much in the beginning with pro bono work, right? Just trying to build up a lot of, the clientele and the reputation, all of those things. And I think what's good, and that you said that, was because you've been a businessman, you know what it's like to be on the other side, right? So do you feel like that kind of helps you see what businesses need in order to help them when it comes to PR, marketing, communications?
I want to commend you on being a well-prepared journalist, by the way, because you obviously did your homework.
Oh, I did.
And I know you said you did, but you really did your homework.
I
so
did.
I want to compliment you, number
Thank
one,
you.
on that. But the point that you made about understanding where business people are because of my own experiences in business, I think that that's really important. I can definitely relate to the small business person because of my own experiences and understanding the way they think. And also understanding the climate of business, specifically here in Vegas, but really anywhere. It takes a warrior to be a small business owner because it's a very challenging way to go about earning a living. You have something that you want to bring to the market that will serve people and feed your family and take care of you. But it takes a real warrior's mentality to do that.
Yeah.
And I understand that aspect, and I think, yes, business people, they can really relate to, I can relate to them and they can relate to me because I really speak in their language. I think that that's an important thing anytime you're trying to help someone, is that you be able to speak their language and you understand the way that they think. And yes, so to answer your question, when I sit down with them, they know I've been in their shoes. or that I'm in their shoes right now,
Yeah.
depending on when it is.
Yeah, so you probably build a really great relationship based on that. That's more trusting, right? Because I think a lot of businesses put a lot out hoping that it's a great investment, right? You got to put a lot of money out, for workers to build all this stuff just to keep your business running, and then you kind of hope that it's going to be a success. It's kind of like trial and error thing with a lot of businesses, whether it's restaurants, spas, casinos, hotels, whatever it may be, right? And nowadays with a lot of media, like it kind of helps, but some people, they don't really know how. There's some, you know what I mean? Like, so I know public relations comes with a lot of different aspects, and I want to kind of focus on what you personally do, because I know you do other organizations, but let's just focus on Classy Communications. Is that your business name?
Right, yeah.
Right.
Classic Communications, PR, and Advertising is the business that I've been in since 2008.
Okay, great. So yeah, like a lot of public relations has a lot of like within corporate communications. There's a lot of other communications, marketing, then events, and then media. There's different aspects. So I would love for you to tell the viewers what specifically you guys focus on, if all of those things, or just kind of the media and kind of promotion.
Right, yeah. I mean, purely from the media perspective, we're experiencing public relations. These are the types of things that I do for our clients, is that I help to position them to gain greater exposure, just like social media shows is providing a wonderful opportunity here for me to get the word out about my business. So at our core, this is what we're all about, and there are so many different platforms that are available to practice public relations in. Since 2008, which was just the beginning of social media, there's been a real evolution in the way that you position your clients. Back when I started my business, we were still faxing media kits to newspapers. Well, obviously hardly anyone uses a fax nowadays. The world of public relations has really evolved.
Yes.
But the principles of public relations haven't really changed at all. It's really about positioning the people that you're working with in front of the people that are most likely to buy something from them or to connect with them. And PR is all about stories.
Yes.
And that's what we're really doing. Again, great journalism, because it's all about taking a person's story and sharing it to people who are going to be interested in it. People buy stories. Everyone loves stories.
Yes.
And so specifically the PR part of our business is really about that. I'm just a storyteller, and we just use all these different mediums, such as social media shows, a platform like this, or email marketing, or social media, to tell the story about the businesses that we work with, and people, they're interested. And when they're interested in your story, they're more likely to want to do business with you.
Yes, and that's very, very, very important, because everyone has one. Whether or not it's something you can relate to, at the end of the day, you know that these people are genuine and they want to put that off. Obviously not. There's a lot of businesses that might not be, but a lot of local ones, I'm pretty sure, have something where they put their heart and soul into this, or they're carrying on something. And so it kind of makes you want to build an personal relationship with your clients, I'm pretty sure, and you probably have a lot of stories of your own where you can be like, oh my God, I watched this person's business build. Do you have a lot of inspiring stories like that motivate you?
I do. One of the advantages of being able to stay in business is that you have lots of stories to tell, because the survival rate of most small businesses is very small. I mean, you just don't see a lot of businesses that are able to make it for long. There's a lot of reasons for that. So yes, my experience of having been able to keep my business going throughout all these years has given me a lot of insight, and I've worked with literally hundreds of businesses over this time. So I've got a lot of perspectives to offer when I sit down with a small business owner or a large business owner. Just experiences. I've seen certain things work really well. I've seen certain things that didn't work very well. And I guess that's the value that I'm bringing to them, is that many, many experiences. I've helped develop many, many stories, and that is helping them to be able to position themselves to get the exposure that will help them to sell more things. Ultimately, it's all about helping the clients that we work with sell more products or services.
Right. And so that's your business, and I know that you also are part of other organizations. You are the executive director, vice president, and you work with nonprofits, and then you also help Black-owned businesses as well. So tell us a little of the story between these different organizations. I know they're part of like the Chamber of Commerce. Am I correct?
Yes, we have an organization called the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, and we established that nonprofit organization in 2019. We started hosting these events back in 2015 called Businesses with Heart. Being in PR, when I got my business started, and you had mentioned earlier that we did a lot of pro bono work. That was 2008, as you know, was a very challenging time in business. So we got the business started at that time, but of course, a lot of companies were pulling back their marketing and PR dollars. The way that we cut our chops in that realm was working with nonprofit organizations pro bono, which was a great thing for us because we learned a lot. We got to make a lot of connections that we wouldn't have made, and we got to give back to our community, and that created some good business karma. Eventually, we started to get hired for more and more projects, and when we started hosting these events called Businesses with Heart in 2015, it was great because it brought that whole philanthropic piece together, the businesses and the nonprofit organizations. And that's what the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce is all about. It's about developing both of those pillars of the community. Nonprofit organizations have so much to give. So many smaller nonprofit organizations as well as larger ones are making major contributions to society. And we want to highlight that as well as the contributions of the business community. So bringing both of them together is really what the Chamber is all about, and we are a resource to bring both of those pillars of the community together to support their success.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, giving back to the community is probably a great reward within itself, because I feel like why you like what you do so much is because you like connecting with these people and to see how can I help these people thrive. And so you also have a podcast, am I right? Where it's professionals, you kind of interview professionals in the city and like talk about different things from sports to business. When did that start? What's your goal when it comes to meeting all these different business people in the city?
So I started a AM radio show back in 2011 called PR Connections. And that was the first time that I had ever done any broadcasting. What happened was I took one of my clients into the studio as a PR person, as a representative, and I ended up walking out of there with my own radio show. So that was the beginning of my broadcasting career, and over the last decade I've done AM radio, internet television, cable television. I've had a lot of experience in the media world. And again, it's just another element of public relations is that it's always great to be able to position your clients to be successful through media that you create on your own. I love opportunities like this. Maria and I have been friends for many years, and I always appreciate being able to go on other media platforms. There's a tremendous amount of value as a PR company for us, though, in being able to create our own platforms to bring our clients and other people in business on. And it's always about value. I'm always looking for how I can create more value for people who are in business or have organizations.
Right.
Media works every single time. It's been the nonstop aspect of our business for the last 15 years.
And I'm sure you learn a lot, like with broadcasting. You can kind of get a sense of just learning different aspects. I'm all about whatever you do as a career, there's different things that you can learn from the other side. So that way you can always keep in mind what you could do to kind of better your own business and how to better give back to the community or give back in whatever industry that you're in. So I'm pretty sure even being on the show today, you're learning a lot in general, and the wheels are turning, and every day is a new day, new clients, what can I do with this person? Oh, I remember that one time, right? So do you take a lot from every experience you get? Do you feel that you connect with that statement a lot, that you kind of see both sides and it helps you?
I do. I mean, I understand what it's like to be in your seat. I interview a lot of people, and that in itself is an education.
Yeah, it is.
Interviewing people, you learn a lot about them just in a very short period of time. Like I've just been sitting here talking to you, and you've learned a lot about my life, more than most people know about my life, actually. And it's like you get a little piece of them, and your education about different industries or different people, it grows and it enhances your skills. So
Exactly.
yes, absolutely. I've interviewed so many people, heard about so many business models throughout the years that it has definitely affected the way that I go about my own business, the way that I do things within our company, our team. Media, again, just it's so powerful, and we live in this age where everyone can create media.
Yes.
But some of us are obsessed.
Yeah.
And that
kinda
just
have
happens to
to.
be the business that we're
Right,
in.
you have to obsess, you gotta succeed, you have to be all in all the time
Yes.
in order to push through. So I want to ask you this one more question I always ask a lot of my guests is there a philosophy in which you live by? Can be a very deep question.
Never
or-
quit.
Never, there you go. Very
Yeah,
simple.
never, ever, ever quit. I think
Yeah.
that really is the difference between success and failure that I found in business, is that you never know what's around the corner, and as long as you can just keep the doors open in your business or whatever it is that you're pursuing. I do a lot of things with professionals, not just people who actually own businesses, and you encounter all kinds of challenges. We all do. If we didn't encounter challenges, we wouldn't be who we are. If everyone could do what you know how to do, you wouldn't be special.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be special. It's the fact that we are able to overcome a lot. And that's what I'm saying. Just never, ever, ever quit. You never know when success is right around the corner. Most people fail because they quit.
Right.
In 40 years of being an entrepreneur, that's the thing that I've seen over and over again. The only people who end up failing are the people who quit as business people or professionals.
Exactly, and I stand by that 100%. Now, I would love you to tell the audience, like right before we go, to all the local business owners that we are lovely viewers and everyone who's inspired by you, where can they go to kind of get in contact with you, to kind of learn about the business, inquire a little bit about if they would like to work with you? So if you could tell the audience that information.
Yes, you can go to our website, classycommunications.net, to find out about all the services that we offer in the public relations and marketing realm. And if you want more information about the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, you can go to causemarketingchamber.com. You can join and learn about how we help businesses and nonprofits in that area.
Amazing. Well, amazing interview. I hope that you had an amazing time, and it's not too hot. I know this hot seat is hot, but I hope you seem very relaxed, and it's a pleasure meeting you. I'd love to continue to connect with you and hear about all your successes in this building, this great big city of Las Vegas that's constantly growing every single day. So everyone, Guy Dawson, everyone, is fantastic. Make sure to go follow all his websites. Go reach out to him if you need some help. I'm sure he will take really great care of you when it comes to showing you off to everybody in the world. Let's go to the world. Not just Las Vegas, not just the country, the world. So everyone, Guy Dawson. When we come back, we have a burlesque and theater performer and producer that's going to sit on this seat and then also perform for you at the end. So make sure to stay tuned to watch this amazing interview.
This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also...
Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website socialmediashows.com. and we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
How amazing was Guy? It was absolutely fantastic to have him on here. Remember that PR and media is extremely important for everybody, every professional, every business. So if you are a local business in town and you want to connect with him, he would be a great person, obviously very personable, cares about you, cares about why you're doing what you're doing, and wants to relay that story so the rest of the world can see that. Now, we are on to the next part of our segment, which is our next guest. Now, this is going to cover the whole performance and entertainment side of Las Vegas, which is what we are known for, especially live entertainment. Now, there's lots of different options for you to go see in Las Vegas, coming from like theater, cirque shows, but we are going to focus on the world of burlesque. Now, she has been doing burlesque for probably over a decade. She's also a producer, and she has a lot of background in theater. So everyone, please welcome Lily Starr. Hi, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
I love the leopard. I'm loving the fur, everything that's going on. Absolutely fantastic.
It's very burlesque.
It's very burlesque. It's very theater. It's all about the stage, which I absolutely love. So let's get into you. I know Lily Starr is your stage name,
Correct.
and you are very prominent on the stage. Like this is what you've been doing for some time. So give us a little background on how you got started with theater and stage work in general.
Okay, theater and stage work, oh Lord, just dance classes as a kid in my mom's friend's attic. And then we did, the high school theater stuff and just kind of kept going with that. Did dance in college, not as my degree or a minor, but as it might as well have been a minor. And I studied biology instead. And the science mind. Yeah, so I and then I kind of went by the wayside for a little bit, and one day when I still lived back in Pennsylvania, I was like, I'm going to go dance in this talent show as an adult, and little theater thing, and then I decided I'm going to Vegas, and so then I moved to Vegas, not just, I was in this talent show, let me move to Vegas. There's multiple reasons for that. And then when I came here, I fell into a lot of the theater groups. And through the theater group, met a girl who was doing burlesque, who was hosting burlesque, and she's like, you need to come see my show. Well, it wasn't her show. I have to give credit where credit's due. It was Cha Cha Velour's show, but Blanche was the host. And so I started going for like a year, and I was like, I really want to do this. And then I started teaching at the Las Vegas Burlesque Studio that Cha Cha had back then, a weekly burlesque jazz class, and then just started performing, and that was that.
That's amazing.
Kept going. So that's like the quickest, shortest version from 8 years old till now.
And so you moved
50
from
years.
where again? Where did you move?
Western Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're an East Coast person, and
Yeah.
so you came over here, and so I love hearing that because a lot of people come out to Vegas and they hope it works out, or they come out with the dream, and it either does or it doesn't, and you're someone
Yeah.
where it literally went like this, and
Yeah.
you literally found your
Yeah.
calling,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And I got to do a few like fancy kind of strip things, but never in a show. It's tough. You come out here and there's literally 100 girls vying for like maybe one or two positions, and you have to hope that not only do you dance well, but that the producer likes your look, and then I actually kind of even just quit going to the auditions because I got so busy doing theater, and that was that, and I'm fine with that. The only good thing that I wish would have happened about being in like one of the strip shows regularly would have been how easy it would have been to stay in shape. It just drew to me. I was like, and I've been a dancer my whole life, wearing skimpy clothes my whole life, so I was like, the next step was not that big of a trauma. The difference that
burlesque
we do
is all about dramatizing, acting out. It's not just about what people would think of as like a striptease. Right?
Exactly. Especially from my knowledge, because this started way before me, of the neo-burlesque movement, it became less of what we consider classic burlesque, and people started doing more, incorporating performance art into it. And I know that happened even before the 80s. Certain people did this. There's such a history of it. It's ridiculous how much you could look into. But yes, there's comedy. There's poignant. There's, you never know when you go to a burlesque show what emotions you're going to get from what you see on the stage.
Yes.
It can just be sexy, classic, let me play with my boa, or it can literally be something that just brings you to tears, or takes your breath away, or just cracks you up. And so it's pretty encompassing, which is why I think so many people find it interesting, and I wish so many more people out there who don't understand burlesque and have a concept of it would actually go to a show, because it's not at all what I believe most people who have never been there think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to get you explain to the audience what you're meaning, because you've been doing it for so time. You've also taught.
Yes.
Right. And so there's obviously the movie that everyone knows about with Cher and
And that's not really what we do in our world. It's like the movie really kind of brought the concept of burlesque to light, but that's still not really what you see at a burlesque show. And so again, even if people have seen the movie and they think they know, they still need to go. And it's completely gender friendly, whatever, whoever, if you're a couple, you can go. If this isn't that's what they go and do, and it's not the old days.
Right.
It's not the old days of that's where typically the men go while the women are at home with the kids or something, or whatever that case may have been in decades ago. That's not the way it is anymore. Yeah, no, anybody can go and have a great time.
Do you see a lot of like the audiences, no matter what show you're doing, that people leave a little more liberated, inspired, more confident? Do you feel like you have an impact on your viewers?
I do. I think so many of us have seen so much that we don't think about that often, but I do know people who have said to me over the years, and I'm sure to lots of other people, and so many people have inspired me also that I have seen, that they're like, oh wow, I can do this, or I want to sign up for the classes, or just that eye-opening of, holy cow, I can do this.
Yeah.
And my friend who is the one who told me come see the show, her big speech is about everybody needs to do this at least once, because of how liberating and wow, I can do this, and just the feeling of it. She literally says that just about every time she hosts a show, that she believes that everybody should do it at least once.
Yeah.
No matter who you are. And the body you're in is the body that's right for you for burlesque.
Yes,
That's the other
it's
thing
very
she
inclusive.
says. She's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I love quoting her because, well, she's on stage speaking all the time, so you hear it and it's in your brain.
Yeah, I had other burlesque performers, only one other couple. And, you know, they kind of went along the same things, you know, like burlesque doesn't always have to be stripping down. And then also everyone should do it at least once because it's something, even if you're uncomfortable, it's just after you do it, you're like, oh,
this is amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I think that was the experience she had. So she, you know, she can speak from that experience, obviously. I mean, we've all had that experience, but some people are in different mind frames and mindsets and emotional places when they first go into it. So what you receive out of it after you do it the first time is going to be different for each person. You know, like I said, I've been, you know, pretty much not clothed most of my life, dancing around. So for me to be not clothed in front of people was not as big of a deal as somebody who has never done that.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Come even close, or been on a stage before, or been in front of people, and then on top of that, you're taking your clothes off. Like, it can be a really big deal for a lot of people.
And it's the performing aspect. A lot of people are just like, what do you want me to do? Oh my God, everyone's staring at me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even when I did theater, like, I still had stage fright. It's different than, like, a camera or a couple people.
Right.
Like, and it's all, the settings are always, you know, it's a lot.
And in burlesque, the settings are a lot more intimate than in theater lots of times, you know, so, you know, a lot of times you're on a stage and you've got all the lights and you can't even hardly see the audience, and you don't break the fourth wall, as we call it. You know, of course, you know what that means. But in burlesque, you do, and you're out there solo. And if you're not used to being out there solo, that's like, you know, a big deal. And so, it's really interesting. So even with all the experience that I had, people say to me, oh, how do you like doing burlesque? And I was like, you know, or what's it like to, I'm like, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. Because not only do you have to do all those things I just said, but you also have to take things off in an interesting, entertaining way.
It's not just,
and
all right,
not have it screw up.
Right.
Which it always does anyway, okay? So you have to get used to, how do I make this zipper not working look sexy?
And then people are like, like, oh my God, why? And then the scarf gets out and you're like, wait, I swear I can do that.
I promise I can.
I promise.
It worked every other time.
Yeah. So you have produced a couple of shows, and the main one we want to talk about today is, I know Speakeasy was one of them, and then you also do a show called Queer AF Burlesque, and that really highlights the LGBTQ plus community, which is, I really wanted to have some people represent that in the show, and we haven't yet, but this is, you know, you're doing a lot of representation alone because that's what your show is based on, and it's a lot of Vegas entertainment. You know, I have a lot of friends that do drag, live drag, they sing or they lip sync, or they do a bunch of things, and it's amazing to see the confidence that they have. And so tell us about what your goal was originally before Queer AF even premiered, because it's been going, we did just start, right?
We did it once before. Ronnie and I wanted to produce Pistol. Okay, that was the first thing, and we did the Speakeasy. And while in the process of trying to find a new venue for the Speakeasy show, because the first one closed, we came across another venue, and the venue wasn't quite right for the style of the Speakeasy show, and even though it was an amazing venue. So Ronnie came up with the idea. He had done that show named that before in his venue in Amarillo, and so he was like, well, what about this concept? And they were like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing, you know. So we went down that road, and that's basically the organic of how it happened. Was, you know, here's a space, they want a show, but they want something that works for their venue. And so he you know, came up with that. And so I said, no, okay, let's do this. And how are we going to do this? And we called in a bunch of people from out of the state that we know that are LGBTQ plus, had them come in so that we could feature some people that people don't normally get to see on a regular basis, who are amazing, and did that show, and it was great. It was a great time. And so now it was time to find another new venue, and because that venue was not available to us anymore, and bring in a new crew. And so this time we decided, well, let's bring in people that we know that a lot of the newer, younger people and the people that are in the scene who are going to shows all the time have not seen, who are amazing. And so, like I taught at the studio, that's how I met Ronnie. Like 9 years ago, we walked into my dance class, and that's where we met. And we've been friends ever since. And one of the other instructors at that studio was Lulu Roxy. And Lulu moved away for a few years to Michigan. And so, you know, between the ever evolving community here and COVID, where nobody was doing anything, she moved back. And so I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are in our scene that are newer people who weren't here when she was here. And they don't know her. And she is unreal. And so we have her, and Jacka Hartz is in our cast. He used to do a lot of stuff here. Haven't seen him in a few years, so he's back in our cast. And we just wanted to have a show that is fun, is welcoming, LGBTQ, anybody who is what everybody calls an ally, anybody who wants to be there is completely welcome. You don't have to be LGBTQ to come to our show and enjoy it. So anyway, that was our concept of putting together Queer AF.
I love it.
And it was actually Maria, our producer, who came up with the AF part, so that we could put it on Facebook and not get in trouble.
No, that's amazing though, because you know you're really highlighting a lot and blending a lot of communities together, and to know that it doesn't have to be segregated, right? Because a lot of it, there's a lot of it that's segregated in the city between the clubs, the bars, the shows, the performances on the stage. It has to be all or nothing.
Absolutely, and we don't want that. I mean, it's always bothered me. It bothered the legends back in the day, the people who've passed away. I was very close with Marinka, and she passed away 2 years ago at the age of 81, I believe. And she used to tell me, she's like, no, there was no this, there was no that. We just worked, we just performed. You know, it didn't matter who you were, what you were, where you were. You just performed. If you were good and you got booked, you performed. And so the concept of the separation was completely foreign to her and a lot of the people from that era. And I understand it's hard because it's not my thing, so it's hard for me to speak to it. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I love everybody. I want everybody to just be and enjoy and have a great time. And so with Pistol and myself, we're like, let's do this show where we can have this and that and this, and it doesn't matter. The act doesn't have to have anything to do with LGBTQ. You can be LGBTQ and be in the show, or not be LGBTQ and be in the show. Maybe it's a song that, you know, people love and it pumps them up, or whatever that you're doing, but we want it to be anybody can come and anybody's welcome, as long as they are in a positive mind of wanting to be there.
Yes, of course, and that's what it should be, because I know that recently, and I just went to his party on Sunday, Perez Hilton just moved back to town, so he's bringing a lot of the LGBT plus community together, and he's just kind of showcasing them and giving them opportunity to really just have fun and just express themselves, but it's still within a very segregated part, and the people that go are obviously like me, like straight allies that or get invited by them, but it's about, in Vegas, you don't want to separate it because you want people to come in and also be open to those things, because they have their stigma on, it's a drag show, and it's a lot of fun. They shouldn't, as drag performers or as singers, like, cause some of them actually are really great singers, shouldn't just have to go to the gay bars every night and do it just for their people. They should be able to showcase their talent to everyone in Las Vegas, as much as a residency for whoever that people find popular. You know, and I think you're opening that platform for
That's
them.
what we want to try and do, because I completely agree with that. And with all the stuff that's going on in the world, and all the stuff about, you know, drag and drag queens, and we can't, this isn't good. I've always said a lot of the issues, most issues in the world get solved via education, and what I mean by that is not somebody come in and preaching to you and saying this is how it is, but it's by experience. Every experience you have is an education, and the more experiences you have that can open your eyes and say, oh wow, this is all this is, oh geez, I thought it was that, just like the burlesque show, you know, then you totally understand that, oh wow, this isn't what I thought it was. And then that allows, you know, like a word of mouth. So you're my friend, and I've experienced something, and I come up to you and I'm like, hey, oh gosh, no, that's not at all what it's
Exactly.
like. And that's what helps. And so, I'm a really big proponent of this, not this.
Exactly, because I think they're going through a lot right now with certain laws in
Yeah,
Tennessee, and it's just
I can't imagine
heartbreaking.
how it would feel.
It's heartbreaking because that's their livelihood, and there's no reason why they should not
Absolutely.
continue to do that. Now, do you open auditions for your shows? And
We
let's tell
have
audience.
not. No,
Okay.
we have not at this point because we're just getting started and we have so many people that we know we want to showcase. That will probably be something we will start down the road. Just send, we'll open up where you can send us, audition tapes or, different concepts of your acts and what you do so that we can, keep flowing. But because we're doing each show quarterly, if we were doing it monthly, we'd probably be there by now.
Yeah.
But because we're doing it quarterly, both Speakeasy and QAF, it's not like we're constantly needing a talent pool like every week or something. So we haven't reached that point yet, but I'm hoping and assuming that we will down the road.
Yeah, I want the Las Vegas community to hear that because that's another opportunity for them to shine. And
To
since
shine,
you're
absolutely.
you're integrating all of these different types of people, it's a great way for them to do that.
Absolutely.
So where can they go and check you guys out? Like, where are
Okay.
you guys playing? I know, is it Oddfellows?
It's at
My
Oddfellows.
favorite club. I go there for K-pop night
It's
once
so
a
much
month. It's
fun.
my favorite place.
It's
Love
a really
the
great
owners.
place.
Yes.
I actually performed there years ago when it was something else. Can't remember the name of it. And they had a comedy burlesque show that was in there for a while, and I actually performed there a long time ago. And so it's kind of fun to be back in there. But yes, Oddfellows. And it's actually at 6th and Ogden, even though it says it's 150 North Las Vegas Boulevard, because the building kind of reaches
on the
over
corner
a whole
and
block.
yeah.
So it's actually 6th and Ogden where it's located, and you can't really miss it, right on the corner.
Across from El Cortez, if that's state
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, exactly. So so that's where we are. Wednesday, March 22nd, so this next Wednesday in a week, the show starts at 9:15, and it's $20 if you buy tickets ahead of time, which I'll give you that in a second. It's $25 at the door, and the tickets are available on Purple Pass, and it's pretty easy. It's purplepass.com/QAFVOL2. So for volume 2. So QAF volume 2 on purplepass.com. So you can search that, and there is an event, a Facebook event too, so you can search it through that, just Queer AF, and you'll find it. And we also have a page on Facebook that's Speakeasy 2022, because that was the year when we last did it, but it'll be 2023 when we finally get to do it again. So that'll be what it's called, but the Facebook page is Speakeasy 2022, but it encompasses both shows and what's going on with those. So those are kind of all the places where you can reach us at this point. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. And
Yeah.
there's one more question. Is
Sure.
there a philosophy in which you live?
Be entertaining.
I love asking these questions because it's a different answer and it sums up the person as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, after everything we just heard, that makes it just that's Lily Starr. Like, everyone, be
exactly.
entertaining.
Be entertaining.
Don't be boring.
That's what I do that because even when I used to choreograph in high schools and theater and whatever, and I'm teaching the kids, and they would get to where they're just kind of being frumpy about what they're doing and not putting it out there. They would hear me yell from the audience, not just rehearsal, I'm the only one really there, and I would be going, "You're boring me, you're boring me." That was my way of letting them know, oh shoot, we need to put smiles on her face and get some energy going because we're boring her. And so it's just a silly thing that I would do because I'm always being a smart aleck, but
Tough love is good.
Yeah, exactly.
They gotta learn.
It's like don't be boring.
No.
You know.
And if you are, we're gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they're gonna bore the audience. They're gonna fall asleep. You can't have
this
that.
might be interesting to you. It's not interesting to anybody out here. It's
love
great.
it.
It's creative, but it's not entertaining because there's a fine line. You can be creative and not be entertaining. You know. So
amazing.
So be entertaining.
Well, everyone, this is Lily Starr. Right after the break, she is going to give you a little taste, a teaser of what to expect if you're going to go check out her show, Queer AF, at Oddfellows on March 22nd.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you
to the
for
hot
having
seat.
me.
I'm glad that you got to sit here. I hope we didn't burn you.
No,
but it's an absolute honor. Thank you
I'm
for
glad I
bringing
got to
awareness.
meet you finally too,
Yes.
Priscilla. It's very nice to meet you.
She's bringing awareness to the burlesque community along with integrating everybody along with the LGBTQ community and just really reaching out to the locals at an amazing place. Oddfellows is run by amazing people, amazing business owners. It's a great place. I advertise this to everyone, so it's even better that that's the place that you're going to have this amazing show. So Lily Starr,
Cool.
everyone, make sure to stay tuned after the break to see her amazingness perform and be entertaining.
Well, we'll try.
I can already feel you judging me, and not for what I've done in the past, but for what I'm about to do. I had what mattered, and I got careless. Like, I don't deserve more. I don't deserve sympathy. I don't deserve to be here.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?
Jenna! What is the matter with you?
Someone once told me, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's shot of whiskey.
Excuse me, ma'am. My car ran out of gas and I left my wallet at home. Could you please spare a couple dollars so I can refuel my vehicle?
I literally have nothing.
What's it gonna take to get you to join the program?
Get about a dog! If Jesus wanted you to have a dog, he would have blessed you with a bowl and a leash now, wouldn't he?
I can already feel you judging me, and not for what I've done in the past, but for what I'm about to do. I had what mattered, and I got careless. Like, I don't deserve more. I don't deserve sympathy. I don't deserve to be here.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?
Jenna! What is the matter with you?
Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
See her new show at Oddfellows on March 22nd called Queer AF. And after the break, we are going to give a little shout out to some amazing things that are happening over here at Social Media Shows, along with my always amazing thank you. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere yet.
This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a nonprofit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion.
Social Media Shows is a production company based here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We offer these services. We've been streaming shows live in real time for over 4 years on major social media platforms and also on our website socialmediashows.com. And we are now on Roku TV. We welcome you to have your own show on our TV network. Call us 651-955-8743 or email us at admin@socialmediashows.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
I can already feel you judging me, and not for what I've done in the past, but for what I'm about to do. I had what mattered, and I got careless. Like, I don't deserve more. I don't deserve sympathy. I don't deserve to be here.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?
Jenna! What is the matter with you?
Someone once told me, you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's shot of whiskey.
Excuse me, ma'am. My car ran out of gas and I left my wallet at home. Could you please spare a couple dollars so I can refuel my vehicle?
I literally have nothing.
What's it gonna take to get you to join a program?
Hi guys, and welcome back to Social Media Shows and the Hot Seat with Priscilla, your favorite show on this network. I am your host, Priscilla Moy, and that was just an amazing show. We kind of gathered all of Las Vegas in one show and just two guests. It was absolutely fantastic, and that performance by Starr, which is absolutely amazing. It does make everyone feel liberated and confident, and as a woman, then you definitely want to be like, yes, so you want to root for her and root for everyone that she's going to have on her show. But after all of that being said, like, there is an announcement that I want to make for Social Media Shows. If you guys are watching throughout the whole entire live show, first of all, thank you. But second, you're going to see movie trailers that are now going to be in between the breaks. Now, there's going to be a new show on this network, nothing to do with me, but I want to give it a shout out in case you guys are like, what is this movie? What am I seeing? Are these a new commercial? We have new sponsors. We are going to have a show here, well, the production team, called Spotlight, and it's going to basically be reviewing movies, local movies, and the host is absolutely amazing. He is a Filipino fashion designer named JC, so shout out to him. It is going to be great, and I'm sure everyone wants to, they love to just hear, like, the tea, the information, someone's view on a movie, and kind of give you an insight before you watch it. So I know the owner of this amazing studio, Jeremy, has a movie coming out, and you would have seen the trailer that was in between the breaks, and so it looks fantastic. Please, please, please support, and please support this new show that's coming on. Now, as always, we are always looking for sponsors, so if you guys want to sponsor the show, a specific show, whichever one's your favorite on the network, it should be mine, but anyway. And please, please, please reach out to the production team, admin@socialmediashows.com. I repeat this every show, so it should be engraved in your brain. That is the golden email, whether you want to be a guest on the show, whether you want to find out more about the network, whether you want to meet part of the team or a sponsor, whatever the case may be, that is the email that you are going to go to. So make sure to jot it down, keep it, record it, screen record it, tape it, whatever you need to do. But I just want to thank everybody. The show is building. The hot seat is amazing. It's challenging me every week, which I love, and I love meeting more locals in the city and kind of promoting their story to everyone out there in this beautiful city of Las Vegas. I am always pro Las Vegas. Even though I've only lived here 3 years, I am pro Las Vegas, and I love being a part of its growth, especially when it comes to media, film, camera work, fashion, all of those things. And I want to be in the heart of it. I want to be the face of it. So please support this channel. Please support this show. And a big, big, big kiss, thank you, hug to all of you people out there. So once again, I am your host, Priscilla Moy, and catch me every Wednesday on the Hot Seat with Priscilla at 3 p.m. at socialmediashows.com. And I will see you next week.